everybody. Today we are talking about overtraining and weight gain. And is it possible that your weight gain is caused by overtraining? Yes, it is possible, and this is what we're going to discuss next. First, let's talk about what is overtraining. Overtraining happens when you're putting stress on your body, physical stress via exercise, but your body is not able to adapt to it anymore. When it's able to adapt, then your body is going to change. You're going to get stronger, you're going to get leaner, you're going to put on muscle, and sometimes you also lose weight. Now, when your body stops adapting, it's so stressed out, then these changes don't happen anymore, and your metabolism becomes unresponsive. When your metabolism is responding the way it should to manipulation, which is manipulation, I mean training and then eating a certain way, then your body changes. But when your metabolism is unresponsive, then it doesn't respond to these changes anymore. And the reason is that it's being pushed super hard. It's pushed to this limit where it just cannot change anymore because it's too much stress. Here is a typical scenario. Somebody wants to get fit and get toned or get lean or whatever the goal is, the fitness physique related goal. And when they go too far with it, they start doing things like multiple hours of training a day. And usually there is also a lot of cardio involved. What I've seen is people doing strength training maybe a couple of hours a day. And in addition to that, a lot of cardio, sometimes an hour, sometimes even more in one day. Now, it doesn't mean that overtraining cannot happen sooner or that you have to necessarily do that much to reach that point where you are so overtrained that you start gaining weight. It definitely can happen with less amount of stress too. Everybody is different. But this is a pretty typical scenario where somebody starts hitting the weights and then doing a lot of cardio and the calories drop super low. I've seen less than 1,400 on a crazy exercise plan that probably burns around a couple of thousand even, and we're trying to eat 1,400 or even less than that. And this is a perfect setup for a situation where you train and you eat less and you actually start gaining weight. What you also may see is that you start storing fat in the lower abdomen area. So a lot of women have this little pouch looking thing on their belly, and also they keep gaining weight. The reason is that your body just cannot handle this stress anymore, and it throws off your hormones. There are many hormones that are involved in this process, but of course high cortisol is one of the main reasons why this happens. When your cortisol is chronically elevated, this will do it. Your cortisol is constantly elevated because you are so stressed out. And this also creates this response from the body where it wants to hold on to your body weight and body fat because it's feeling unsafe. It wants to store whatever it has, and that's why the weight gain continues. You can drop your calories from 1,400 to 1,200 and 1,000 and maybe even below that, and you still gain weight. The other hormone that's important to mention is leptin. When you start noticing that your hunger actually gets super high and you have to fight your cravings all the time, that may mean that your leptin levels are low, which happens when the body senses that it doesn't have enough body fat and it thinks that you're starving, because you are. So even after you start eating a little bit more, your leptin levels might still be low and you may still be feeling hungry all the time, craving stuff all the time, and constantly fighting against these feelings. Also, when your leptin is low, you never feel truly satisfied. Even if you finish something that was decent amount of food, you still feel hungry and you still crave more. So this is one pretty typical sign of your leptin being low because you have been starving yourself for a long time. Now, what do you do in this situation? You have already basically reached that rock bottom, let's say, where you just cannot cut your calories any lower, or you cannot increase your workout volume anymore, because where do you go from 1,400 calories or 1,200 calories or 1,000 calories and doing already a couple of hours strength or a couple of hours cardio or both in the same day? There's really nowhere to go. You cannot lower your caloric intake and increase your exercise anymore. What you actually have to do is the opposite, because you have nowhere else to go, and you have to slow down that exercise and you have to start eating more. This is super scary process for most of us because we think that we're going to blow up even more. But like I said, there's nothing else to do in this situation, and you have to reverse it. You have to bring your body's normal hunger signals back. You have to eat enough so that your body feels satisfied. and you have to sort of leave your body alone in the sense that you give yourself more rest, more recovery time, and let your body just come back to its normal homeostasis. We have to reverse this situation where you are starving yourself and overtraining because your body has hit this rock bottom where it has nowhere to go anymore, and you will not lose any more weight, you will not lose any more fat if you continue to eat these low calories and if you continue to exercise hours and hours and hours a day. Please join my 5-day video course. The Burnout Recovery course is going to be really, really helpful for you to understand this process better and what to do to come out of it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.